You know, a lot of times it's tricky because pre-show banter just sort of happens, and then every once in a while you get to a moment where you're like, start the banter.
Yeah.
You start the part that's just casual that will be right before the beginning, and there is a stress to it. It's almost like telling you have to imagine having to tell someone the foreplay you're going to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to keep it in the moment. You want to keep it.
Oh no,
Organic.
you got to lay it all out. They got to know what's happening when.
Yeah, that's a very spreadsheet-based kind
Schedule,
of thing.
yeah.
You know, do you go by the minute or the second?
Second.
Okay, that is fair.
By the minute.
He goes by the frame.
Yes.
Minute. What are you, a marathon man?
There's a fourth column, and it's 24 frames per second,
Yep.
and he actually picks the frame where it starts.
Yeah.
It's basically stop motion lovemaking.
Ooh,
Stop motion lovemaking.
that is fair.
They say stop. And motion.
That's the motion, they make.
I don't like that part of the joke. I don't like that part of the joke.
It's all right. I'm done.
I was going to go in a Wallace and Gromit direction.
Oh, good.
You know?
I like Wallace and Gromit.
I love Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
The Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Hell
they
yeah.
have Gromit, like bites into a carrot, and Wallace says, "What's up, dog?" And it's so dumb and like just
I love
the perfect Brad joke.
I love Wallace and Gromit. I have a little Wallace and Gromit figure, and the excuse was it was for Finn. It was for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love them. Grand Day Out is fantastic. Close Shave is great. It's great. I saw a little stuffed version of the evil penguin when I was in London, and I genuinely had to like talk myself out of getting it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it was like over a price I would be willing to pay for a tiny little like
Right.
keychain stuffed animal.
Yeah, right.
You know, and then I was like, plus it'll look weird in my pocket with my keys. Could you do that? Could you have a big, crazy keychain?
When I was a kid, I used to have a keychain collection.
Okay,
I love the idea of keychains.
but how do you keep them all?
I used
together?
I used to buy the rabbit's feet that were dyed at carnivals.
Yeah.
And one time I left them in like a cupboard under the window, and I went to get them, and I cleaned it out. All the fur had fallen off, and it was a rabbit's foot, but it was a skeleton.
Oh,
That's disturbing.
Imagine if I just scratched Brad with that.
all the luck is gone at that point. I think, right?
It's an unlucky rabbit's
Yeah.
foot.
It is insane that those used to be sold. I remember those
Rabbit's
as a
feet.
kid. I have like a distinct memory of those little keychains as well. It is kind of crazy where it's just like, hey, kids, you want a foot of a dead animal?
See, I always thought those were fake. That those were like they had,
Artificial.
plastic skeletons with floof on the outside. But Chuck has real ones.
I mean,
What
could it have been
carnival did you
plastic?
go to?
Well,
Yeah.
could it have been whatever was
Something
under
wicked
there?
this way comes.
Could it have been plastic? I wonder.
It could have been.
Maybe we should. I'm going to do some independent research. We're going to find out where do these rabbits' feet come from.
That's our new true crime podcast that we're starting. Where did the feet come from?
Yeah.
So to find out the mystery, I needed to put one foot in front of the other.
For the next
track
8
it down.
episodes.
Doom, doo, doom, 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 doom. Wait, I just started the Friends theme.
Yes.
Oh no! Imagine that, a true crime podcast that's like. Right. So no one told you life was gonna be this way.
Grizzly murder.
We're gonna find out who killed Jean Bonnet.
I was thinking JFK as well.
I went with classic, funbearable, loving
Yeah, that's
character.
true.
Yeah.
Jean Bonnet.
Ramsey, John Bonet is
Yep.
how you could fit the meter if you wanted to.
Sure, yeah. Ramsey, Jean Bonnet.
Welcome to another episode of Funbearable.
We did it organically.
I'm Brad Rohr.
I'm Ray. I think I know who did it. Harrington.
And I'm Chuck Bonet.
I didn't.
It was the long lost cousin.
We are joined today by a spider in the studio. That's why I keep looking to my left. This spider is just, it's been going up and down its web. Ray says live and let live. I say,
No, I said let him work, let him live.
I say you're in our space.
Get out of my face.
Get out of my face.
Stinker stuff here.
Yeah.
This is a real stinker.
Drop a
there.
load and hit the road.
I do not.
That's what Brad says.
To the spider.
What's the load? The web, I guess.
Yeah. It's a clutch of babies.
Let them work, let them live is something I saw on a road construction sign.
Oh.
It was like a phrase.
I don't think they should be allowed to live either. Look, you're slowing down my commute by making roads safer and better for other drivers.
Nothing nothing
disgusting.
will ever be good enough.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Because then you get rid of all the construction crews and then you're like, these roads are terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I'm a classic, American citizen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is true.
NIMBY, not in my backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
I
thing.
think, you know what? I do have NIMBY instincts, and I try to suppress them.
Yeah.
NIMBY means usually it's for affordable housing.
Yeah.
It's people, yeah. So it's like,
Yeah.
do you have
Also,
NIMBY is that what you mean? Like affordable housing?
Yeah. Well, it's weird because I'm like, well, the property value, but I don't own. I still rent. So,
I heard a woman, speaking of NIMBY, I met the Queen NIMBY.
uh-oh.
Right? Queen Bee NIMBY.
Yep.
Queen Bee Quick.
Ooh.
Queen, keep talking. You sound like a dick.
Oh, okay.
It was on a ship.
A cruise.
Ship. Say a ship. I didn't want to say cruise because I still have shame about it. It was on a ship. Anyway, I'm a smuggler. You know what I mean? It was on a Millennium something. Falcor.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Where'd you meet him? On a ship.
Yeah.
That's really
It was
funny.
what was it called? Century pigeon? Century pigeon?
Century pigeon. It's not a very good ship.
It was well. Hey, it doesn't look like much, but she's got it where it
Yeah.
counts. In the ass.
Got it.
No, so she was complaining. I overheard her talking to somebody else, complaining about the fact that the church that was on her street opened a soup kitchen, and it attracted bad actors. It attracted the wrong people, and
I'm
it's
not that-
ruining the
I'm
street.
not that
and
NIMBY.
people are afraid to leave their houses and stuff like that. And I'm like, this is bad.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
sound
Yeah.
you're in the middle of the ocean,
Yep.
on a vacation, complaining that the church taking care of impoverished people is fucking up your day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a Queen NIMBY right there.
That's hilarious.
I don't like her.
I don't like her either. You know what I do like though?
What?
What do you like? 'Cause I like some things too.
Yeah, our listeners and viewers.
Yep.
And I like when they reach out to us and in a text typed way,
Right.
Yeah.
They type that.
via electronic mail.
Yep.
Right.
We receive that in our inbox,
Yes.
our collective inbox, not our individual ones.
No.
We have one set up, funbearablepod at Google's email.
Yep.
And what is it called? .com. And then often Brad will read some of those emails to us.
Yes.
And then we kind of chat about it and respond to it.
Right.
Yep.
What is it called when we do that? Though?
I see. That's the part I'm struggling
I don't
with.
think
I don't
we
think
need
we've
to-
landed on a particular
think we need to-
phrase or saying.
Think of a name of any kind.
What was that? Did you say
Craig.
something? You say
Craig?
Craig?
Were you about to
What did
say
Yeah, I was
something
about
to
to
Craig?
say something to Craig.
Craig.
He's such a
Ooh,
good guy.
Craig.
Craig.
You know, sometimes
Crack.
Crack.
Crack that sack! Monster truck is driving and flying over us. Whoa, monster truck right over the top of us.
Gravedigger. That's one.
Gravedigger. Rabbit's feet falling from the sky.
Come on, Craig. Craig, put in the
Rabbit's
digital
feet,
rabbit's
rabbit's
feet. Godzilla.
Now the
Godzilla
rest of the
crushes
full rabbits. Now the rest of the full rabbits with no feet.
Crushes the comedy connection and pulls us out of the basement and eats us. Now King Kong's here. You say stop that in the best. It's my favorite
Footless
podcast.
rabbits. Footless rabbits hobbling around.
I'm just thinking of Craig trying to do all these, like
And it's like,
sincerely
it's being
trying to
mixed
do all these
live.
graphics.
He's like, oh.
How do I make King Kong Express? It's his favorite podcast.
Give him a boner, I guess.
That's Craig's answer to everything.
That is true. All those rabbits had huge boners. I do now want to see a rabbit with peg legs selling rabbit's feet. It's a one-panel comic strip. You love it.
This email
Yes.
is from April 4th.
Who's April 4th?
No, recent.
Oh.
That's the time.
Oh, my
Wow.
God. This year?
It's from, yeah,
Wait, this is like 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago.
within the past 2
Keep going.
months. The subject line of the email from Tanner is "Crack that sack."
Knowing.
Don't
looks,
encourage
knowing
them,
glances.
Tanner. Sitting back horny for some hot dogs while listening to my favorite Fun Bears. Just wanted to reach out and express how much you guys rock. I started listening to the podcast in February of this year, came from Tell 'em Steve Dave, and I'm already starting my second listen through of all the episodes.
I was just talking with these two gentlemen about what a compliment that is to hear.
Yes.
Wow.
For someone to go back and re-listen. But I will say this in terms of podcasting, right? There are podcasts where I couldn't do it because it's like, it's already been done, right? It's already been said. But I do think one of our flaws becomes a strength on a second listen. We are so tangential and we'll spin off into things. I think you can forget and like go back and be like,
For sure.
oh my God, I forgot. This is the episode where they all just start jizzing about some silly thing, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I absolutely feel that way.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
So thank you very much.
Yes.
What was it? Tanner.
Tanner.
Thank you, Tanner.
Well, Tanner is putting his life on his line here.
Oh, okay.
I have received so many dirty/confused looks from coworkers as I cackle out loud from listening to y'all.
Oh, I love it.
Cackle is one of Chuck's favorite words.
I love
because
cackle.
it has so many of the same letters as Chuck.
Yes, that's right.
That is true, yeah.
Wish I was
And the laugh is accurate, too.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Wish I was funny enough to say something clever here. You are, but instead you get love the show and thank you guys for being fun bearable. Signed, Tanner from Nolens.
Ooh,
there
Nolens,
you
Tanner.
go.
Oh, Tanner. Oh, Tanner.
Oh, Tanner.
Tanner.
Tanner, you gotta bring me some.
Oh, that
gumbo?
just reminded me of, it was on with Ray and Derek, the old podcast I did with Derek Furtado.
Yeah.
We spun off one day into this thing, and it was so fun. The episode just became excuses to cue the line and then hit some music.
Yeah.
And I managed to find, like, Nolens-ified Law and Order music.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we came up with Law and Order Bayou.
Yes.
And every episode's opening, instead of like saying a pun and then what was that, CSI or something, and then he takes the glasses.
Yeah, CSI
Yeah.
Miami, I think.
Yeah, this was Law and Order Bayou, and every episode, you got a Louisiana detective.
Yep.
And he comes in, he checks and everything, and he goes, and the line to cue the theme song was always, "What you got here is a moiter."
Yeah. I love, yeah,
What you're looking at there is a moiter.
Yeah.
Every single time.
I love that. We've talked about this before. I love that idea.
Yeah, that's so much fun. Yeah.
But Tanner,
Thank you, Tanner.
Yeah, that's
That's
super
very nice.
kind. I really appreciate it. I do. I will say I think about the podcast once in a while from like an outside
I
perspective.
try not to.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's really solid in terms of the way that we've organized it and all this kind of stuff. Like the packaging makes sense. So it is a very like, someone can stumble on it and be like, oh man, this is like a perfect library of content that has been created over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that it's people are like it so much that they would do that.
And I think one of our skills is also like, you ever see somebody trip and fall, but they like land and get right back up and it seems really cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good at that. We're good at falling and being like, oh, that looked like it was
Yeah.
intentional. You know what I mean?
I agree with that 100%.
Like a cat runs into something and then they like lick their paw. Like, no, I meant to do that.
Yeah,
It's no big deal.
Exactly.
No big
Yeah.
deal.
Also, Tanner, please write in again. Thank you so much. And let us know what this work is that you do.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to know what workspace is being interrupted with the cackles of Tanner.
Can I guess?
Some TCs, Tanner cackles?
Let's all take a guess
Ooh.
at Tanner's
Nolens?
at Tanner's
Oh,
Nolens.
okay.
Named Tanner.
Yep.
Instinct immediately said brewery, but that's
Crawfish
unfair.
Wrangler.
Crawfish
Wrangler?
Wrangler. A CFW.
No, he wouldn't be in an office, probably.
Probably not.
Sorter. Crawfish sorter.
Again, I don't think it's an office.
Like,
It's
this
not-
one's
yeah.
gross. This
Oh, you
one's good.
like crawfish data analyst or data entry?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
All right.
I think insurance. I think Tanner works in the insurance
You're not
industry.
gonna believe this. The C button is broken. I'm like, here,
I guess raw fish.
raw fish,
this one's little, has claws. I don't know.
ugly. Wishes it was a shrimp.
Oh, surprisingly hot.
What's it? Oh my god, this has never happened before. I have to call my supervisor. Sir, there's a crawdad in with the fish.
Hit the button.
We thought he
Yeah.
dropped. We thought he dropped a load and hit the road, but he's still here.
He's having a catch with his little cross on.
We're upgrading him to crawzaddy.
He's well dressed.
Look at the lines in his sideburns.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
This
I'd
next,
fuck him.
this next
I'd dip
email,
him in butter.
this next email is also a compliment, but it's mostly for Ray, so we should probably just skip
Skip it. It's
Sure.
fine. It's
No,
fine.
it's from our pal Sherry. It's from April 9th of this year, episode 86, Klosterman questions.
Oh, yeah.
Ray had mentioned the hyper-thetical questions by Chuck Klosterman a while back, and they sounded so great I ran out and bought them.
Hey, all right.
I've been using them when my long-distance friends and I have a Zoom hangout, and we have had such a great time.
Oh, that's
Hell
awesome.
yeah. Sherry, good call.
The episode where you read the questions was great, and at this time, we had only done one episode. We've since done a second.
Sherry, guess what?
And look forward to hearing more in the future. Thanks for introducing me to them, comma, Ray.
No problem. You're very welcome.
No mention.
Ray would not have introduced them if it wasn't for the existence of these two guys that didn't introduce anything to the table that day.
So really, we're kind of the heroes for not bringing anything that day.
So if you think about it, aren't we actually more heroes? No, that's fun, and it's great. I love hearing that because those are fun episodes to do. Sometimes it gets weirdly serious.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's silly. It's always fun.
I think Stinkers came from that.
Stinkers did
And
come from that.
Stinkers.
Yeah.
Stinkers was born of
It's just,
that.
it's
You know
just hanging around.
If there's a
I
parade,
tried to disavow it.
a parade of golden nuggets that Funbearable has produced, Stinkers is one of them.
And I thank you for describing them as golden. Because I do think there's a parade of nuggets, but I don't know. Some are chicken, some are not.
It's a much longer parade of nuggets.
They are all shaped like dinosaurs.
Next
By the way,
email.
I think it's funny. McDonald's makes like 3 shapes of chicken nugget.
Yes.
and they think like someone was like, "Yeah, no, they'll like that they all have the same shape."
Yeah.
And it's like, I kind of want a more organic process here. You
Me
know what I
too.
mean?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I like the idea of a chicken finger and there's snowflakes. None are, and there's no two fingers
Yeah.
alike.
Yep.
All you have for McDonald's is basically like the oval and the boot.
Yeah, like a rounded diamond.
Yes.
You know, or squished square, depends
Yeah.
on how you look at it.
And then Yoshi's
the
leg.
boot, the boot,
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
weird.
boot. It's
Yeah.
it's very strange.
It is.
I don't like it.
Well, I didn't really think of it until now. Those are good points on McNuggets. Hey,
Thank you.
McDonald's, get Dr. McFrankenstein back in the lab and have him cook us up a batch of new shaped nuggets.
By the way, that's the second time that his name has been mentioned on the podcast.
I'll tell you
And I
what.
can't wait until the third time it's mentioned. That's
Well, we'll see how many emails we get through because there's
Brad,
another one in there.
We will talk after this episode.
Ray's gonna.
You can't just say to like an arsonist, "Oh boy, it's really dry in here." You know what I mean?
Sure would be terrible if someone started a fire. This email is from April 11th. It's from number 1 Spaßbear Sabrina.
411, one better than the band.
And it is about sharing a room. Basically, Ray had talked about having a show opportunity.
Right.
And the feature is a woman, and paying for the feature's hotel room takes a little money out of Ray's check, but sharing a room with the woman in is a non-starter.
Yeah, it was the
saves money overall.
Right. It was the odd situation of often in comedy, you know, somebody will get booked to do either like a private gig, corporate gig, college gig, whatever. And this was a college gig, which, by the way, that gig was fun and it was great. And it was a good time hanging out with Katie.
Katie rules,
all of it
Katie's
was
the
good.
coolest.
And University of Vermont, it was a really fun show. It was a good time. And we got lovely little gift bags.
Oh.
And it was like, I've been to so many colleges to do shows. This like never happens.
Oh, that is cool.
It was really nice. It was like all Vermont thing. You would have loved it. We got maple syrup. Ooh. I said it your way. Syrup. And we got like little candies.
Yeah, I like that.
Nice.
That's
I
cool.
do like that.
Yeah,
That's
it
fun.
was really cool. So, but it was good. And the issue was often a comedian will also bring an opener to start the show up and do that kind of stuff. And when that happens, you pay them and you know their hotel room. But sometimes the money is a little narrow, right? And you room together. That way you can pay that person a little bit more.
Yep.
And the question was like, well, Katie's a woman. How does this work?
Right.
You know what I mean?
And we all kind of discussed it.
Yeah.
Hey, fun cuties. Ray's question regarding room sharing kept me thinking, so here are my 2 cents. I agree with Chuck. Your significant other has to be fine with it when you want to share a room with the opposite sex, or there will lay trouble ahead. In my opinion, most of the time it's a trust issue when the partner feels uncomfortable. I don't mean that your partner doesn't trust you, but that he or she does not trust the other person. Also, I don't see the sleeping situation as a problem. It's the shared bathroom. You immediately picture a typical movie situation where one person comes out of the shower and the other person walks in. No partner wants you to be seen naked by anybody but you or a doctor. I have shared rooms and even beds with men in an absolutely platonic way. So personally, I wouldn't mind if my man would share a room with another woman as long as I know and like her. When I think she's a bitch, I would not want him to be near her anyway.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
One question popped up in my head when I thought about this. What if the person you could share a room with is gay? Would it be fine for a wife
That's a good call.
if her hubby shared a room with a lesbian lady? Would she be fine if he...
Oh, that's interesting.
And would she be fine if he shared a room with a homosexual guy? I wonder what your thoughts are here. But seriously, if two people want to fuck, separate rooms will not stop them.
That's another like that was my thing with this is like the view of this like a like a social faux pas basically. The structure of it is like, yeah, but we're going to Vermont for a night.
Yep.
Like if we did have nefarious things in mind,
they're going to happen.
We're going to a honeymoon destination.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, and the situation of sexual proclivity, that is another wrinkle and or rub to this scenario, right?
Yes.
If I bring one of my friends who's gay, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. That's a tough one.
Or what if you take a friend who's like hyper pansexual and is just banging anything, left, right, center?
Yeah.
Not center as much.
I think I would be okay as long as I had no like beef jerky or
like
meat slices of some kind.
You have to put it in a bear box when you room with Chuck.
Yeah. Oh, and Sabrina, I like
all
your
night hopping.
Were you flirting? No, I was just walking around going, you can't catch me. You'll never get me.
It's the arsonist.
Yeah.
Oh, it sure is dry.
I was simply sprinkling myself with Rowley's seasoning.
Yes.
And Rowley's? I don't know. Anyway,
like I know what a seasoning is called.
Oh, that is true. I asked the wrong person in that one. Sabrina, to your point, the image that you conjured of like walking out of the bathroom naked, the other person going in. To be clear, I will not walk out of a shared bathroom naked.
Same.
Ever.
Yep.
At home, I take the towel and I go into I go from the bathroom to the bedroom. I do some traipsing, light traipsing. Tramping is what I like to call it. Yeah. Do 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 do.
Finn, go in your room.
Yeah. Oh, they're doing the Nutcracker again.
Christmas is only 7 months away.
Come on. Listen, I'm about to go on a long work trip, and this is the last night I get a chance to be the Rat King.
You asked Brad to come over and play xylophone just for this.
All right, we're picking up the pace. Let's go. Yeah, no, He's got multiple mallets in his fingers.
Big ending, and he goes and grabs the handbell.
I was in handbell choir in middle school.
Oh
yeah,
man,
you were.
we have to talk about that later.
Yeah.
And a ding, a ding ding.
Yes, I was also Adam Sandler in middle school.
This is ridiculous. We've devolved into literal infancy, right? We're all
We're on hour 4 of podcasting.
That is
today,
true. That is true. But my point was, I will. When at home, I kind of skitter scoot from the bathroom to the bedroom, where I then change into clothing. Yeah. I don't like to bring in the fresh pair of Unterwagens and t-shirt.
Yeah.
I don't like to bring that in because it's going to get steamy.
Really?
Yeah. Then I'm putting on damp. Yuck.
That's funny.
And also, like, sometimes it's like, where do you put shit?
Yeah.
That's
know?
true. I have that issue in New York.
Yeah, New York, you have like no fucking shelf space, and then we come down sometimes, and both of us have shit, and I'm like, I don't know where to put anything.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom. And if there is a spare space, it is with like a layer of hairspray residue is in that bathroom. There's so much hairspray residue. I'm like, do you own a salon?
Yeah, I didn't know what it was.
Do you own
Ray
a
had
salon?
to tell me it was hairspray.
Oh, I hope it was hairspray.
Yeah, not a lot of call for hairspray in the Roar household.
Yeah, no. Nor my household, except for my wife, but she does not. She's not like. Do you have that little clear plastic mask that you put over your face and you just?
I do have that. It's in the corner. But it's not fair. My follicles are pin straight. What? That means that my hair.
Is that what your dentist told you?
My hair falls. It's pin straight. It's thickly settled, but pin straight. And so it's when I don't when I don't use hair glue and lots of hairspray, it just falls.
Okay.
It just falls.
I have a product that you might be interested in. I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
Okay.
I do
It
too.
might save the ozone layer.
I hope your answer is a straight razor.
No. Nothing straight about this razor.
Yes.
But my point was I would never walk out of a bathroom, like a shared
Starkers.
bathroom space, naked.
Yeah, no.
I can't. Like I don't want to put the other person through. I'm the victim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that
for sure.
if you see me walk out of a shared bathroom naked, something is happening. We need to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's an emergency.
yeah.
Thank you, Sabrina.
That was great. I agree.
Well, her email went on to say, "Thank you guys for not just making me hysterically laugh all the time, but also for keeping me thinking about questions like this. Big hug to each of you. A kiss only for Brad because he's the only single. Ha ha. Cheers, Sabrina.
Yeah.
P.S. I do not want to fight Lee."
That's right. Yeah.
That's such a funny, dry ending.
Yeah.
Oh, for the gay thing, too. I think...
What a transition. For the gay thing.
Speaking of Lee,
I think...
Oh, no.
If Katie Arroyo was a, like, straight up, like, lesbian, do you think that'd be fine?
She was married to a woman.
Katie?
Katie Arroyo, yes.
Really?
Absolutely.
Well, I said straight up
But not
lesbian.
anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Straight up.
Yeah. She met her boyfriend.
Tell me how you're going to really
And she was like,
love me forever.
locked down.
So that's what I'm saying, though. So she's
But
open
here's
to
the deal. Like, I know Josh.
Me too.
I like Josh a lot.
Me too. I love, yeah.
Josh could change me as well. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He
But-
did the Chasing Amy
But I'm saying,
with
yes, he
Katie,
did.
Chasing Katie.
What did you? But if she was 100% lesbian in a relationship,
100%. How do I test for that?
well, I'm just saying.
Is there like a strip?
yeah.
if she's currently with a woman and only usually with women, do you think that would change your situation?
No, I think it's still, for whatever reason, is that antiquated thing of just like man and woman. No.
What if it was Ellen DeGeneres? You're the feature.
I,
You're splitting a hotel room to save a couple bucks.
I don't want to stay in that room with Ellen. From what I've heard about Ellen, no, thank you. If
Drapes
I'm in-
around for me.
Yeah. I told you, you're not an opening comedian. You're a coffee table. Get down on all fours. You're a coffee table
Oops,
today.
I spilled my coffee on the coffee table.
I had a fun
Yeah.
idea, but you're gonna hate it. So that's the issue. So I thought for
This
an
is Ellen
episode-
coming up with another
No,
thing.
this is me.
As opposed to your other ideas, which we've uniformly loved.
Oh yeah, ball of.
Fishbowl on the table. Troublesome celebrities, right? Fold it up, and one of us has to pick one out and defend them on the podcast.
I think this is going in the other category of ideas.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if this is going to be
That'd
beloved.
be fun.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
also thought of the idea.
I'll say this: fun party game, not fun to record it for posterity.
Yeah, I don't want to be like, listen, let's hear
Miramax.
Bill Cosby out.
Yeah, Miramax made a lot of good movies.
Right, yeah.
I also thought of the idea of making a movie that's like a mystery story, and it's half animated and half live action, and it's Who Framed O.J. Simpson. And I think that's really funny. And, oh, he's already laughing. He loves
I
it.
think it's a funny title,
Sure.
and that's as far as that premise can be stretched.
All right, maybe he'll come in with a script.
I think it's a little more of a Cool World than it is a
Yeah.
Who Framed.
Yeah, me too. You're
Cool
right.
World. What a weird movie.
Yeah.
I never
Brad
watched it.
Pitt starring in this movie where it's like, man, everybody wants to fuck this cartoon.
Yep.
Is it kind
God
of similar to
damn.
the Paula Abdul video?
No. With
That was-
MC
Scat
Scat Cat.
Cat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Opposites attract.
Yeah, one step forward.
That's 2 Paula Abdul references for Chuck in the past 3 minutes.
Well,
So
if a
we got one
third
more.
happens,
Yeah. Wait,
Dr.
Paula Abdul
McFrankenstein.
appears. Yeah.
I said it.
no, it doesn't count when you say it.
Fucking
That's like if you were Beetlejuice and you're like Beetlejuice.
Fucking Beetlejuice rules. That's funny.
But yeah, thank you, Sabrina.
Yes.
Yeah,
Much appreciated.
And for those of you who are relatively new, Lee Leshen, another big fan of the
Right.
podcast. You know, we
friend of the pod.
and friend of the
Yes.
pod. We joke that he and Sabrina have to fight over the #1 Fun Bear title.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to fight.
Because I'll be honest with you, like Sabrina, I think she takes it for sure in a like a cold analytical kind of situation in an objective scenario.
Yes.
The subjective, the fact that Lee is one of my best friends in the world, and I talk to him on the phone weekly. And during the pandemic, like quarantine times, like daily.
Yeah.
I have to hear his, like, you know, he's probably the #2 fan, but has a direct line to one of the guys on the podcast.
Yep.
So he can be like, oh, I love what you did on this thing, and that was great, and it was so funny. Brad said this thing, oh my God, it was super funny. But then it'll also be like, you know, I did this. What is that? Don't do that anymore. Right?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's really funny.
I know what segment he's saying that about.
Well, and what's really funny though is he's like when we did the Zoom episode, he was so angry. He's like, no Zooms. I want to watch it. I want to see you guys. You know, it was very funny. Lee, I really
hear you,
appreciate
Lee.
it. I know
hear you, Lee.
you're hearing this right now.
I'm in the same boat about the Zooms.
Oh
Once in
yeah,
a
yeah.
while.
Listen, it has to happen sometimes.
We've done it. I think we did it 42 episodes in, and the next one was 84.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
126. Next email from April 12th from John. Subject, a little bit of magic. Hi, fun boys. First off, boy, does Fun Boys sound like a gay porn category.
Yes.
I feel like I might have watched a bunch of it already. Second, I've been going back and re-listening to all the episodes.
That's number
crazy.
2.
And I have
Thank
to tell
you.
you boys have pulled off a bit of magic with this podcast. They are so great, even on a second listen. The only other podcast that I can listen to that I can say that of is 99% Invisible.
I'm Roman Mars.
Y'all bring me so much joy during my workday. All right, later we're going to guess what John does for a living as well.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
The
Yeah,
re-listen brings me to my last point. I was listening to the episode where you do a deep dive on TMNT and you get into an extended riff of replacing famous books and movies with Ninja Turtles themes. You were having difficulty figuring out a way to use the word cowabunga in there, and it hit me on the second listen. The Brothers Cowabunga. Look, I don't know if that's great, but
Brothers Karamazov?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Look, I don't know if that's great, but I screamed it out when I thought of it. I was very proud of myself. Keep up the fun, boys, until you all climax. Signed,
So,
Chewy.
do you remember the what he's talking about?
Yeah.
I remember. Can you
Here's
explain it?
Here's a bit of magic from this podcast. Sometimes it'll be like, remember that really fun riff that you guys were doing? It was really funny, and I'll be like, nah.
Yeah. I know. Well,
Nah.
what I remember is something about Baxter Stockman or Krang. We were coming up with like different.
Yeah, it was
versions.
basically we were doing.
Was
like,
it at the end of the episode and we were trying to come up with stuff?
It was.
Now
it-
we're just trying
yeah.
to remember a thing
It
we
was.
did.
It was.
This is
You know.
bad.
It was basically the idea of like, all right, the Ninja Turtles' Pride and Prejudice would be, you know, Pride and Splinter Us or whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously, a much better version of that.
Sure.
But and then at some point we were like, how do we fit in Cowabunga? And John
Interesting,
figured it
yeah.
out.
Yeah, Brothers Cowabunga
that's
is really
great.
fun.
Yeah.
That's
Somewhere Dostoevsky is rolling in his grave.
Oh, absolutely. Now, John signed it Chewy, Chewey. So I don't know if that is like a fun nickname.
Probably a fun nickname.
Or like,
Yeah.
where does he work? Does he work at a bubblegum factory?
Well, if his name is Chewy,
Or does he work at a previous sponsor of this podcast? Is it a particular hue? The chew is the hue of the chew. Blue.
oh, he had so much blue chew. He eats it so much all
They
day.
call
at
him
work.
Chewy.
They call him Chewy.
Yeah.
They're like, holy.
And he's like, no, I got to listen to these podcasts. Otherwise, I just come all over it.
Wow.
I edge
We're the-
all day.
We're the only thing that
And then
keeps-
I get in my car. I pop my earbuds out. and whoosh.
You know what? He's a Blue Chew lab rat. That's what he is. He's stuck in the cage, and they're testing it.
Yeah, try this one. Nothing.
I think he is in insurance, and he works like around the corner from Tanner. And they just, they're both fun bears. They don't know it. We're getting set up
They
for
never meet up because they're always listening and laughing as they cross each other on the street.
We're setting up a meet cute right here. It's going to be beautiful.
I love it. Thank you very much. That is a wonderful thing to hear.
We're doing all right on time?
Yeah, we're doing fantastic.
Again, I'll say it. I just think that I think this podcast is kind of set up for re-listens.
Yeah.
We just organize everything really well. We introduce other things. We're like, hey, we're going to throw out this old episode from your old podcast, our old podcast. We're doing a bonus
Other people's old podcasts.
Yeah, just 99% invisible.
Yeah, I'm Roman Mars.
When you listen to, I thought about this the other day. When you listen to like a month of Funbearable, it's not the same thing 4 times in a row.
Oh, no.
Which I think is really great.
Yeah, even when sometimes people are like, just do the same thing 4 times in a row. It's not that hard. And we're like, we can't.
No, it's more fun to have a little Wonderland.
Of course.
Yeah.
Funderland.
Oh, no. Isn't that what Michael Jackson said?
Come on,
this is just a little fun.
This email is from April 24th. So basically slightly over 1 month ago as we record.
This is scaring me.
It's from Steven. Hey, Fun Bears. I'm the fan who almost correctly guessed the exact date you read my email on the podcast.
Oh, you win that whole jar of jelly beans.
However, your increasing Crack That Sack episodes throws off my psychic prediction, so who knows when you'll read this. As always, you guys have been cranking out good since my last email, and I just watched the Winter Funderland show. Fantastic stuff. Really wish I could have been there.
Did you take out a word?
Nope.
It sounded like you.
You've been cranking out.
Shit.
Yeah, well, it just said cranking out good since my last email.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. It's like Kevin Smith would say something like that.
Yes.
Y'all been cranking out good since the last episode. Like he says stuff like that. Yeah, I know.
It sounds filthy.
He says.
What were you doing last night? I was just cranking out some good.
No, man.
I had good all over the couch.
In regards to the chained horse you have to kick to death hypothetical.
Oh, yeah.
What a sentence to type out of context. I think I could. So Steven believes that he could kick a horse to death while wearing steel-toed boots.
Well, Steven, I thank you for doing the hard work, the thankless job, and I think all of the stinkers would appreciate what you're doing. The oppression of the Brads to the stinkers has been too much.
Continuing the email, I would let the gorilla play football for the express purposes of A, fun, and B, offering him a real contract, but any profit outside of his living expenses is forwarded to CTE Research, and his contract only lets him play for 20 minutes or about 15 plays per game, but he gets to wear a jersey that says donkey on the back.
That's fun. That's a good answer.
Long story short, you guys are doing a great job and have the best podcast out there. Please keep doing whatever your creative minds come up with. Love you all. Steve the Fun Bear. P.S. I'm reading Moby Dick and saw a familiar term come up from Captain Ahab himself, and he
highlighted it.
Highlighted it. Look, ye pudding heads should never grant premises.
And people say that about us.
Yeah.
They say a lot of our comedy comes from, granting premises.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't do that.
Yes, we really should. They're like, you guys are the Herman Melville of podcasting.
Thank you.
Finally.
So now we know it's literary.
I'm going to say something right here, right now. So let me try to think about the timeline. So I think this has come out in time. We're doing our 100th episode, and we're going to announce very soon.
Our guest is Herman Melville.
Is the ghost of Herman Melville. No, we're going to do a live episode a little bit further in the month. So, we're going to technically, in the timeline, skip 100.
Yeah, it'll go 99, 101.
Yeah.
So for right around that time, I have a very special episode planned where you guys are going to be contestants in a game that I come up with.
Oh.
He's told me the title, and that's all.
Okay.
And it's going to be kind of a celebration of everything we've done.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get some of the big fun bears to send me their favorite moments so that I can quiz you about moments from the podcast.
Oh.
To see what you remember.
Okay.
It's just obviously just for fun.
I don't even remember the beginning of this episode.
It's just for fun, obviously, but it'll be super fun to go back through this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so a fun game thing about the history of the podcast is coming very soon.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
By the way, just, putting head in Moby Dick, I do have to say, did you see the size of that fish?
call
Oh my
me
God.
Ismail.
Did you see the size of that fish? It was huge. How did you not see it? It was bright white. It was like a big tooth floating in a bowl of soup.
I'm
Starbuck,
jealous.
Ah, man, I'm jealous.
Starbuck, why did we have to let the captain bring his nephew on boat?
Well, I want to go. I want to see the world.
Yeah, I
It's
guess.
just water.
That is so disappointed.
It's just water out here. Oh, man. The most exciting thing that's happened the whole trip is that big fish. This is boring.
Another email from
Uncle Ahab, is that fish coming back? I'm trying to find him.
Well, it seems like he does not want to be found. Let sleeping fish lie.
from May
Nothing
8th.
good can come from this.
From May 8th, the current month.
I'm sorry, I'm so inputting it. Okay, all right, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. You know, someday we'll laugh about this. That's all. It's him floating in the water. Someday we're going to laugh about this one.
Hold on, you guys are getting far away. Come back.
Hey, wait.
Subject,
Oh, look, a little fish. He's getting eaten by sharks.
fish. That hurts. The only straight dessert, maybe. From John. This is a comment for way back, but since I've been re-listening, you guys asked if there was a straight dessert. I've been racking my brain for hours, but I think I may have come up with one.
If this is somebody that listens while they work, I love the idea that someone was getting paid during this time of the day, and they're supposed to be doing something.
Yep.
But the time that company paid for went to someone coming up with a straight dessert.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
All these insurance claims are piling up.
Yeah.
The oatmeal raisin cookie. Here are the reasons. It's kind of gritty, and the featured items are basically survivalist staples. You can almost hear it saying, "There was a time when cookies were cookies."
Oh, that's good.
Signed, Chewy.
I like it. You know, it's tough though because I'm going to be honest with you. When I was a kid, this was not the case. When I was a kid, chocolate chip straight up.
Yeah.
I think maybe at 41 years old, oatmeal raisin cookies are my favorite cookie.
They're good.
I love an oatmeal raisin
Me
cookie.
too. Me too.
But
I love it.
it's in that vein of like, I really like carrot cake. I really like pumpkin bread.
Yes.
And oatmeal raisin cookie feels like it's in that space. Does that make sense?
Oh, for sure. Without a doubt.
If you ever get a chance, like a chewy oatmeal raisin cookie, there is a grocery store in upstate New York near where I do a lot of shows.
Okay.
And I was just up there last weekend with Kyle Kinane at the Funny Bone in Albany.
Huge fun bear. Number 3 fun bear. Kyle
He is
Kinane.
number 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Kyle. He's a wonderful guy. And I went to that grocery store. Like I went there before I went to the hotel because I looked for one specific thing that I found there, and it's my favorite oatmeal raisin cookie because it has pecans in it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So good.
That's good.
So good. So I do love an oatmeal raisin cookie. I don't know if it's necessarily straight.
Yeah.
To me, it immediately I would think of like an older person, like a grandma.
Right.
Yeah. I agree though, the survivalist raisin
Yeah,
aspect
that's
is
true.
kind of manly. I don't know. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I feel like maybe if like a manly man wants to have a cookie,
Yeah.
That's
it's like
the one
fine,
he
but
likes.
I'll do oatmeal raisin.
Yeah.
I won't do chips.
Yeah.
No
yeah.
chips.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, very good.
It's gonna
new-
make me think.
There's a new bake shop in Warren, and they're making sesame oatmeal cookies, and they are incredible with black sesame seeds.
Yeah.
They're very, very good.
I think
Did I
maybe
drive
you
one up to your
should-
house?
Yes.
I think maybe you
That's
should,
good.
bring a couple for the next record. or
Maybe I
something
will.
Like that. I love an oatmeal raisin cookie. Now I want one.
Oh, me too.
Would a Hydrox be straighter?
Well,
The
straighter than
imitation
Oreo. No,
Yeah, no,
Oreo's,
imitation
Oreo's,
Hydrox-
Oreo's imitation Hydrox.
Yeah, Hydrox was first.
Yeah.
I think that might be straighter.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe
I mean,
maybe
you
just
know,
more than name.
Dessert,
Yeah, it's the
dessert,
name chart.
Yeah.
dessert sexuality is a spectrum. So
True.
That is true.
yeah.
I like how both of us are so into this. We're like, that's a good point. shit. Yeah, that is a good point. It's not a binary situation. It's not an
Address
either
for
or.
Ray. This email is about a previous email where there was a ghost story from Maine, and Mike is writing in to
Oh, it's
clear
not
the air.
Stephen King.
Nope. He said, I thought the haunted photo story was Kittery, which is where Ray is from, but it was South Berwick, Maine, near Vaughan Woods.
Oh, just over the border.
Thanks for reading my emails. This is the same Mike from the Stickers Clown Postcard Thanks. Mr. C/Santa from the Chuck and Brad days, and the YouTube commenter Ray told where to watch Taskmaster. I'm halfway through it and love it. Ingenuity and comedy at its finest.
Yeah.
Cheer-
What did you think of Taskmaster?
Yes. Cheers for notching many days out of the black. May life bring you all the success you deserve. That feels like a compliment for 2 out of the 3 of us.
All right, you and me.
You too, yeah.
No, that was great. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
so glad that you started watching Taskmaster. You know, when someone, takes that recommendation to heart and then finds the real joy that's there, it's just so wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
If you had farted just then, perfect.
I made a sound with my mouth, but it was so small.
It would have to be that fart.
Yeah.
It would have, not like that. It would have to be like that
Yeah.
guilty fart is beautiful.
This email is from Zane. It's from May 10th. Hey guys, I haven't sent an email.
May 10th?
Yep. I haven't sent an email in a little while and thought I'd contribute for your next mail sack. I'm sending
we're
this.
already in when the flowers come. Because April showers, they're gone. May flowers, here they come.
Yeah.
I'm sending this on May 10th, so happy belated Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm Canadian, so if this is read after October 14th, then that is very accurate.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do it way wrong.
The next sentence, don't ask me why we celebrate Thanksgiving a month early. I've got no idea.
Yeah.
I recently listened to episode 91 titled You Should Be Clichémed, and I wanted to contribute a catchphrase I genuinely say in my life. I'd like to think I came up with it, but I don't think I did. I might have heard it or a version of it somewhere else, but anytime I'm mad at somebody, I will say to myself or to a friend I'm with, they're more useless than someone with a broken jaw in a dick-sucking contest.
Wow.
It calms me down because it gives me a bit of a chuckle.
No irony here.
Again.
It's a bit of a mouthful.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Again, I very badly wish I could say I made it up, but I'm not 100% sure. I just finished episode 92, the most recent MailSec episode, and I gotta say, if you guys are starting a Funbearable Spotify, that would be awesome. I was thinking about that on the way in.
Yeah.
I have a couple potential music recommendations for you all. I know Chuck and Brad like punk, so I'm sure you might have heard of this band already, but there is an Australian band called Amel and the Sniffers that I absolutely love.
Oh yeah.
Ray, you mentioned liking Dawes. I think you may also like Lake Street Dive. They're an alt jazz and folk rock and are my favorite band.
I know them well. I love them.
Really?
I have all of the Lake Street Dive albums.
Wow.
They're fantastic. I think I've played some Lake Street Dive for you guys.
Wow.
I have such a crush on the lead singer. She's amazing. Her voice is incredible.
I think you played some of that for me and explained, you're like, I have a crush on this lead singer.
Yeah. And Amel and the Sniffers.
Yep.
I see that come up all the time in my recommended stuff because I listen to Violent Soho so much, which is an Australian
Aussie band.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
okay.
probably in the same wheelhouse.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really wonderful.
Nice.
Real quick,
Yeah.
sorry. The Spotify playlist. I love the idea of
Yep.
this. I do not use Spotify.
Right.
Same here.
Both convenience-wise and ethically, I don't want to support Spotify.
Here's what I thought of on the way as I was driving to record today. One, songs we love, songs we genuinely love, like all-time songs, and then the idea of songs we like that just came out this year or that we just discovered.
Right.
So
I mean, I think
two separate playlists.
I think doing a Fun Bammies playlist at the end of the year.
Oh, sure.
That makes sense.
But could we do it somewhere that's not... Could it be a YouTube playlist?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is I wonder, it's funny because all these different services have their own public playlists.
Yeah.
And I wonder if there's a universal one. Do you know what I mean? Where you can make one and it
Like
has...
with the monsters?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Dracula, here's my favorite hits. Oh God. And it's just that one song from Feist
Yep.
where she's counting.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, we'll think about that.
Oh, sorry. I really liked Feist for a long time.
I like that song.
Yeah.
Hope you all like these bands if you decide to check them out. Also, on this episode, you were curious about where the Fun Bear listeners are specifically from. I grew up in a small town in Alberta called Lac La Biche, but now I live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Sorry for the long email, but I hope you're all doing well. Fun Bear for life.
No apologies
Zane.
necessary, Zane. Thank you very much. Genuinely. That's really fun. And I like those music recommendations. Clearly, he understands, like, he gets where we're coming from.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
That's really fun. So I'm definitely checking out Amyl and the Sniffers.
Yeah.
Yep. Next email. It's from Tara. Hey guys, we wanted to tell you about a really fun show that we went to last night that we think you all, or at least Chuck, might like. It's called Emo Orchestra, and they're currently touring the country. It's a live orchestra on stage performing with the band Escape the Fate. They played a lot of cover songs that we all know and love. Blink-182, My Chemical
that's
Romance,
cool.
Hawthorne Heights,
Wow.
Newfound Glory, Fall Out Boy, Good Charlotte, to name a few, and some of their own songs.
Charlotte, that takes me back.
It was really fun to see how energetic the band and orchestra were on stage, and just overall a great time.
Wow, that's exciting.
They even had a special drink they offered, which made us laugh, photo attached. Anyways, we don't know if they're touring around your area, but we definitely recommend checking it out if you get the chance. Fun bro or date night. Signed, Tara and Mike, a.k.a. the couple with a child. And
Oh, yeah.
the drink special was the Elder Emo, and with vodka, rum, gin, blue curacao, peach schnapps, and Monster Zero. And there's a little
Nice.
picture. It's a little guy with
Yeah.
with a little haircut.
That's cool. I never heard of that. I'll have to look that up. That's very cool.
Yeah.
I love orchestral stuff. Like last year, I got into so much orchestral cover stuff, and the best stuff was stuff that would change it completely into like a more extended thing. And there was like basically an orchestra version of "We Will Rock You," but turned into like a battle anthem for like a World War II movie, and it's fucking awesome. It's just like so impressive.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I'd love to check that out.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah. Kalina brought up a question the other day. Maybe you have the answer for this. She was like, what do they call emo now? Is that still a thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like new versions of it.
Yeah. What is emo now?
Well, it's funny because like live music, like instruments versus electronic stuff,
Right.
has gone away so much that I wonder if it's a new genre in more of an electronic category.
Yeah.
Do you know
I feel
what I
like the new emo doesn't have the energy of emo, which was like a punky kind of energy.
Yeah.
I think it now has more of a slow beat, breathy kind of thing to it now.
Yeah, maybe that might be right.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's tough. It's interesting to. It's weird. I don't know. I'd have to really look into it, but I feel like some of these bands that were popular, they influenced new people in the same way that music always does.
Yeah.
But they just went into genres that are kind of like there's like mumblecore is a thing, not
Yeah,
mumble
right.
rap, but like
No,
mumblecore.
Right.
And so there's all these different little things that I think I probably don't have any
Yeah.
knowledge of.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it makes
I would
sense.
imagine.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Last email.
Is this the newest email? Is this like the final one?
I had to go out of order because I wanted to end on this one.
Okay. So how many more? How many more
we'll be caught up, except for the email that got sent to our email instead of the Tuesdays with Stories email.
So we are 100% caught up?
We are caught up now. The ones that are still here are about merch, and then the one that was supposed to go to Tuesdays.
So this is 100% caught up on Funbearable listener emails.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow. Today's
So
the day.
don't write any more.
No, write a lot
And then
more.
we'll be all caught up, and we know, and then that way we're always caught up.
Yes.
I like hearing from people. Send them to us individually.
Yes.
No.
I was
don't
going
do
to say, so we kind of made a concerted effort to actually catch up. And today we're fucking caught up.
We did it.
So we're going to lose our reputation as the podcast that doesn't listen to their emails.
So you can take your little jokes and save them for inevitably later.
Yes. When we fall behind again.
No, we're going to try to stay on top of it. Funbearablepod@gmail.com.
I say we do an episode for every single new email that comes in.
Yes.
Well, I will
And just cover that one.
Spam email. Fine.
Here's what I was gonna say.
This one is from Cialis for half price Canada.
I was saying it earlier. I think every time we get 5, we should do an email episode.
Yeah.
But also, I'm open to doing a regular episode where we do an email once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm open to that.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
If we add an email to our regular episodes, then they're going to be 2.5 hours
Yes.
long. Plus the email.
Well, this email that catches us up is from Brett. Subject line, crack that sack question. Don't encourage him. What's with the sports trading cards in the background above Ray? And are you guys ever going to crack those open? That's my super deep question.
I don't see anything behind
What is he
you guys.
talking about?
Still, but with recent updates even more so, eagerly awaiting the return of Dr. I can't read it.
Yeah, oh.
It's files corrupted. P.S. If you ever have a live show in Indiana, I'll be there in the front row.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brett. I feel like you have to get a track. Like, you know how the new trailer for Beetlejuice it has a, like, choir sad version of Deo?
Yeah.
And part of me likes that, and part of me is like, oh, fuck, right?
Yeah. It's pretty good in the trailer.
I know. The new trailer shows more footage and stuff, and I'm like, so you guys just slapped a whole lot of green lights on everybody for this? Like, it's worrying me a little bit. Because in the original, like, green is an element, but it's like there's way more stuff, and it feels like they just stuck green light on everybody and went, it's spooky. Or maybe they're just trying to, like, cover a little bit of the aging of people. In general. But I forgot what I was going to even say. Oh, yeah, so that version of, like, that slowed down thing would be for this threat of Doctor something.
Yes.
Would be like,
Yeah, minor key.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a long way to go for that joke.
I do feel like the next Dr. McFrankenstein
Who's that?
project.
Project.
The first
Project.
one. The first one was an ad campaign for McDonald's.
Yeah.
I just think that's we're thinking too small for them.
You're already bored by your own idea and you want to do a different part of it.
Well, we completed it with flying colors, so you can't top greatness sometimes.
Jesus Christ. To answer that question.
Truthfully,
Yeah.
can you come up with a more upsetting and delirious ad campaign than what was presented that day?
I mean, come up with a more upset? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But more delirious? No. No.
Yeah.
The cards. We don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we don't know. What are you talking about?
There are no cards. I think if you ask other people that watch the podcast as well, they'll tell you there are no cards behind there.
No cards.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking
about.
Not there.
Doctor, Brett. I don't know.
Yeah, why?
Not the one you're talking about, though. Don't see that doctor.
You're going to see a doctor soon. Let's just say that.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a threat.
That is a threat. To answer that question seriously, so we record this predominantly in this studio, and this studio is in the heart of the Rhode Island Comedy Connection.
Yes.
That is where it is recorded. We're going to spoil that mystery that we have mentioned many times before. And this studio is was set up by one of the co-owners of the Comedy Connection, Corey Brailsford.
Yes.
Wonderful guy. And allows us to record in here, and it's a really nice thing that he lets us do this.
Yeah.
I think
Yes,
it's crazy.
absolutely.
Like, we're at a point now where it's just like, can we record? Nobody's going to be there. Yeah, sure, we trust you, which is crazy.
Yeah.
great. Yeah,
he
we
just
really
asked that we
appreciate it.
change clothes in one specific room facing one specific wall.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it is weird. And he said if you ever hang your jacket, don't hang it on the highest hook.
Yeah.
It covers that other hook.
Yeah.
Is what he said. It was weird.
It's weird because he texted it.
Yeah.
So that was really weird.
He also texted. I remember.
He does voice to text.
That's right. He texted us a link to YouTube, and then he said, "Oops, no, don't watch that. Please don't click on it. I meant to send this to somebody else with your name in it.
Yeah.
But I didn't mean it to text it to you. Seriously, don't watch that.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time. You wouldn't like it anyway. Ha ha ha. But don't watch that."
Yeah, and we respect Corey, so we didn't watch it.
Yeah, we didn't look at it. Yeah, but anyway, they do him and a few friends do a thing called Squad Breakers. Is their name?
It's
Squad
just
Breaks.
Squad Breaks. I'm sorry, they break squad.
Yes.
No, they do a live streamed thing where they have all of these football trading cards.
Yeah.
And they open packs of them, and people bid on each team.
Yeah, it's a
to
thing.
see what cards come in,
Right.
and then
they get those
win
cards.
those cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes they're worth like a whole lot of money.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a very sport thing, so I'm just like, huh?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question that was kind of brought up just now? if someone sent you some kind of private video link, like an unlisted YouTube link or whatever, Daily Motion, some streaming thing, and they said, like, listen, please don't click that link. Like, you're my friend. I'm asking you this as a friend. Don't click that link. That was an accident. I didn't mean to send it to you.
Yeah.
Could you not click it?
Honestly, it depends on the friend.
This is a 28 questions from Chuck Klosterman kind of hypothetical.
It depends on the friend.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so hard to picture me not clicking it.
I know.
It's a real, I was going to say Schrodinger's cat, and I'm like, nope, that's not what this situation is. I meant like the
it's like a telltale heart.
No. What am I thinking of? The cat box. The box with the cat.
It's Schrodinger's cat.
No.
That's
Pandora's
the cat in the
box.
Pandora's
box.
Oh yeah.
Why was the cat involved in that?
There wasn't.
There was a different box of the cat where it's like, is the cat in the box?
That's Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah. And is the cat in the box alive or dead?
Yeah.
Because so he put a cat in the box.
He didn't really do it.
And then he put a random. Oh yeah, he didn't really. But then he put a random, a randomized like poison. Like the poison is there with a little device that will randomly let it out.
Yeah, I see.
And then pose this question of, so we don't know until we look in the box, right? Is the cat dead or alive? And he posited that it is both until we open the box.
Until an observer affects it.
Right. Interesting. That's cool.
And I'm like, that's a cool idea.
Yeah, some people say that he did it kind of tongue-in-cheek as well.
Yeah, but because also, like, reality is reality. The observer does not, let me put it the other way. If a tree falls in the woods, doesn't make noise. Yeah. Irrelevant. The tree still fell.
Yeah.
Yes.
That cat is either dead or alive. It's one of those things. We just don't know which one yet.
Yeah. Also, the cat is perceiving it's alive or deadness.
Right.
This isn't a Looney Tunes situation where the cat's like holding a little sign that says "Yipes."
Yeah. All right. So did you do it?
Yet.
Oh yeah. Sorry. We just went.
It depends on the friend.
Wow.
I like how you're like. So anyway, yeah. Would you do it?
Well, his next question is like, all right, and if somebody said, hey, I'm a hacker and I have a video of Chuck doing things to videos, here's the link for you to watch it.
Here's what I would probably do.
He didn't pay me in Bitcoin. And Chuck's like, oh, God.
Here's probably what I would do.
If you ever get one of those videos, don't click it.
Can I answer it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the answer I want to give, with this being theoretical. I want to say I wouldn't click on it.
Me too. That's what I want to say.
And I'll leave it at that. I want to say I wouldn't click on it.
I'll give you that, and I'm gonna just add
and
a little.
Raise you.
No, I'll add a little bit to it. I'm gonna do anything I can to try to figure out what the content is without watching it.
Sure.
So, like in some instances, you might be able to long press it and see the title. You might be able to throw it into Google and have it search and come up with the title or something. I just want a little bit of...
so dangerous, though, because even I feel like if it's like a YouTube video or something, which is difficult if they would have to send it from an Android, because if it's sent on an iPhone, the little preview window kind of shows you what it is.
Well, it shows you a thumbnail. So, like, let's say it's example. Let's say Brad's married, and his wife sent him some sexy videos, and Brad sends it to me by accident somehow. Mm-hmm. Like he goes to copy a message and he sends the wrong one.
Yeah.
And I see like, oh, sexy videos from like this, Cynthia or whatever. And there's like, I could see that there's a woman with a dress on and she's going to take it off.
Yeah.
Seeing the name and the thumbnail, I go, oh, okay, it's his wife.
Yeah.
And so then I don't watch it, but I know what it is.
Right.
Then I say I don't watch it.
Exactly.
Chuck, how come the number of views has gone up by 7 in the past 10 minutes?
Because I'm tired today.
You say you won't watch it, and then the next day there's a new viral video.
Yes.
And it's the video that you sent him of your wife.
Yep.
But with you in the corner.
It's a react video.
Yeah, it's a react video. You're like, oh shit.
Okay, everybody, what's up? My buddy Brad told me not to watch this shit, so what the fuck is it gonna be?
Wow.
Oh, hang on, my phone's ringing.
Hey,
Brad.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah.
No, I never would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, hey, Brad. No, I'm watching it right now. What are you talking about?
That's more likely. I think in most cases I wouldn't. And Chuck and I have talked before about my level of curiosity and his level of curiosity and how they are different for different things.
Yeah.
If you say, hey, Brad, there is like your Christmas present is in the trunk of my car. I'm going to go inside for 20 minutes. Here are my keys.
I would never peek at a Christmas present.
I wouldn't look at the present either.
No way.
I would feel more temptation to look at the present
That's insanity.
than to watch a video that you said, please don't watch that video.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, the ramifications of the please don't watch this video are far higher.
Yeah.
The risk of something like, oh man, now I see you completely differently.
Yeah.
That's definitely there.
See,
Wouldn't
what-
be there for a present.
Right.
That's low stakes.
And also you know what?
That's
the
it.
present we know we're going to see eventually.
True,
The
yeah.
link, we are stuck
You know,
if we never watch
there's
it.
it's a trick. Ray's playing a prank on me, and it's the trunk is full of the money bag, the exploding things from the bank.
Oh yeah,
And
it's all blue. Did you look? No.
Last thing.
Am I
Oh,
pudding?
I have one too.
Am I
So you
pud-
do yours.
Am I pudding head? Saying I did.
Same kind of question. I said to Brad a long time ago because we talked about curiosity. Like if Brad was like, if there was a Polaroid face down on the table,
Yeah.
and Brad's like, this is a picture of me naked. Do not look at it. And he
Yeah.
left the room. Would you look at it?
No. Genuinely.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Did you want to answer that, Chuck? You're like, I got to see what this guy's dealing with. Oh, that
I
poor
would-
Brad.
I am curious.
See, I don't need that information. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that. I really am.
So what's your question?
Here's the odd part though. If he went, this is a naked picture of someone I know. Then I'd be like,
What if he said someone you know?
Yeah.
then I'm like, maybe. And
then it's Brad.
But I went, yeah.
You know me, right?
Holding a sign that said, got you.
Yeah.
Payback for the trunk prank.
So for the video, if you sent me a video and said, please don't watch this, I sent that by mistake, I would be like, tick, 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 not a problem. I won't watch it. Absolutely. I swear I'm not going to watch it. No problem. Hey, Kalina, watch this video for me.
Yeah,
And
that's
I would
true.
Have, I would have
Describe
my
it to-
wife watch it.
You skirted the agreement.
Yeah,
That's
and I'd
great.
be like, now what is it? And
Yeah.
then she could tell me, and if it sounds fun to see, then I'll look.
It's,
Yeah.
well, and then it's like, don't click on that link. And you're like, all right.
I also like,
YOUTUBE.com. I'm not
Yeah.
clicking.
GXC
Yeah.
7L2.
I also love the situation where you say, Kalina, watch this. What is this? And she goes, it's you.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're asleep.
It's you handing the phone to Kalina.
Oh, it's
A
like,
12-second delay.
What?
It's
What?
a
What?
it's a
What?
live
What?
stream.
Yeah, it's all the
yeah.
echo and stuff. That's really fun. Thank you so much for asking about that, because that is something that it's been there forever.
Yeah, we've never talked about it.
And we've never talked about the cards.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
true.
it is interesting.
Yeah.
Before we cinch this sack.
Yes.
Before we leave, though, I do want to say that this particular episode of the podcast has a sponsor.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
And that sponsor is kind of fun, and it comes with goodies for you boys.
Wow, those are my favorite type of goodies.
So,
The ones for
boy
me.
goodies?
Yeah.
Ew.
I love boy goodies.
No. Yeah.
Just wanted to incriminate myself as well.
I'm in.
Hey, me too.
So this episode has a sponsor. I'm going to tell you this. I am, a full-grown adult.
Yes.
And one of the ways I can tell, mirror. Another way, age.
Age.
Another way, things that I now have like an opinion about.
Yeah,
like
an
a
affinity
strong
for.
opinion. Yeah. Things that I'm like, that is a thing I think is important. Right?
Yes.
It's very silly. But one of those things is this is going to be so dry, but it's a good time, I promise you. Do you guys have feet?
Yes.
They're just bones.
Oh,
I left
no.
them under the windowsill.
Oh no! All the hair fell out.
Yep.
No, so here's something. I was flying to Ireland recently, right?
Right.
And
City.
My wife Kalina swears by wearing compression socks.
Yes, on the plane.
So yeah.
Really?
So, yeah.
What do they do?
Well, I mean, if you sit for far too long on a plane, like
Oh,
you
yeah.
get like a blood clot,
Yes,
and you
yes.
die.
Some people died from playing video games too long because of that.
That's true, yeah. And also, it just generally kind of helps blood flow and make you feel better,
Okay.
and your legs don't hurt or feet don't hurt after
Okay.
a long flight, and then you start walking around, right? And
Right.
so I got this pair of compression socks, and I wore them on the flight, and I genuinely loved them.
Yeah.
I really did. I tried one pair, and I was like, get these out of here. They suck. And then I got this other pair, and they were fantastic. They were so good that I reached out to the company, and I said, hey, I like these socks. You make other ones? And they said, yes, we do. They specialize in like compression technology, right? For their socks. Here's what's great about it. The socks are like a wool blend, which is awesome. I now know this. Wool is like fantastic for socks because, it's not just for like keeping you warm. It regulates temperature, naturally moisture wicking, antimicrobial, less stink in the foot, right?
Less funk.
Right. This company's wool is also sourced in America.
Ooh.
And they're all made in America, all the socks. So I'm like, this kind of ticks all the boxes.
Yeah.
Speaking of boxes, they sent a box of socks.
Sock box.
A sock box. Wow. So this episode is brought to you by Sockwell.
Even a
Right?
clever name.
Yeah, Sockwell. And I know it sounds silly to have a sock company sponsor the pod,
No, we're on board.
but they are genuinely like, I like these a lot. Like I just stumbled on the
Yeah.
company, and they sent a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna give Brad this pair
Thank you.
of like ankle height, right?
Ooh.
And then we got matching ankle height for Chuck Staten. Sockwell.
Yeah.
Feel better in style.
Thank you, Sockwell.
I like
Now,
that.
here's the question. I have a no-show and a quarter length one. Who's who?
I think Chuck is more no-show than I am.
I think I am more
Yeah.
no-show.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're no-show.
Brad wants to
Your
show off his
ankle.
socks.
That is true.
I want to hide my ankles is what I
Wow.
want.
And I'm not just promoting them. I'm wearing them right
Whoa.
now.
Wow.
What?
That's why your mood has been so good.
Were I more mobile, I'd show you.
Yep.
No, they're really fantastic. I really like their socks a lot, and it's one of those things where, as I've like become an adult,
Yes.
I'm like, hey, this is important.
Yeah.
You know, it really
I
is.
agree.
And it is crazy to kind of stumble on a sock company and go, oh, I actually like feel better, and I like the feeling of them as I
Yeah.
wear them, and I
Yeah.
like how they make my feet feel.
Yeah.
So Sockwell is a fantastic company. Like I said, made in America, all those wonderful things. You can find them on Amazon, and you can go to sockwellusa.com to order them. They're really, really wonderful. Thank you, Sockwell, for sending those.
Thanks, Sockwell.
It's an easy sponsorship to have for this episode. I just wanted to have them be the sponsor, and it was so easy because it is genuinely a product that I like and wear.
Croc that sock. Nope.
Nope, that
As
didn't
soon
work.
as soon
That
as
didn't
I
work.
said it, I knew it
Crocs
didn't work.
famously don't go
Yeah,
with socks.
yeah. I
Oh, yeah.
realized this.
Yeah.
But here's what's interesting. Does Sockwell need a new marketing mascot?
No.
Oh,
No. Stop.
the
Sockwell.
the big toe.
Yes.
The big
Dr.
toe.
McFrankenstein.
No, I thought it was gonna be Brad. Here's what I pictured. Immediately, I pictured like an old like tube sock, white, with a hole worn in the big toe.
Yep.
And it's Brad's head popping out.
I do like that.
Chuck's old tube socks
Right?
are worn down from.
Other things.
Other
There's
things.
different holes.
Yeah, there's lots.
And what I pictured there is like very much like almost like a live action version of that toenail fungus commercial where that thing lifts the nail.
Oh,
do you
yeah.
remember that commercial?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I
remember
hated
the
that.
first time I saw it when he
Freaked me out.
lifts the nail. I'm like, that's called torture legally.
Yeah, right.
Please don't lift the nail like a
Agreed.
hood of a car.
Agreed, 100%.
Yeah, but I think Jason Mantzoukas did that commercial, maybe, or is
Oh,
he the
wow.
Mucinex one?
I think he's the Mucinex one.
Oh, sorry, he's some kind of green mucusy thing.
Yeah.
right.
He sure is.
He sure is in our hearts.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you very much, Sockwell.
Sockwell,
Really, really
I'd
appreciate
be
it.
happy to be your hallux. Is that the scientific name for a big toe? I think so.
I think so.
I think
These
so.
are great.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited
Absolutely.
to wear these
Yeah.
and
let's make a
feel
pact
better in
right
style.
now.
Yes.
As soon as the mics come off, turn off. As
Mm-hmm.
soon as the mics are off, I'm already wearing the socks.
Yep.
You guys put on a pair.
Putting them on.
And then we'll only wear those for like an hour, and we'll just see how it feels.
All right.
Okay, I like that.
Yep.
What do you think?
Rest of the night. Yep.
It's good.
We'll take a video of it.
Yeah.
We'll borrow Corey's video
yeah,
of it.
Yeah, well, we have to change in the other room. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll send it to like a friend of the pod.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, sorry, please don't open that.
We'll send one to Lee, one to Sabrina.
And then we'll see 2 separate links.
2 separate
no
links.
view count.
Yep.
And then we'll see which one goes up.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And then we'll find out which, because it's not about being the biggest fan alone.
Yep.
It's about being the biggest fan we can trust.
That's pretty good.
Sounds good.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
I like this.
Well, folks out there, thank you all. Thank you to Sockwell for the goodies, the boy goodies. Thank you. Thank you.
Hold on. I'm getting a call. What's that?
Don't mention it?
Don't sponsor it? Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Thank you to Sockwell for the socks, for the pod. We appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who wrote in or has continued to write in to Funbearable. That's funbearablepod@gmail.com, or, message us on socials at funbearablepod. Always happy to hear from you. Even if it's an unflattering comparison of me to some guy in a viral video. Aaron, the fun bear, gave me one of those on Instagram yesterday. Like, oh, this guy's giving Brad vibes.
I get those all the
And
time.
I
I'm like, if I send these to
it was-
Brad, he'll take his own
And it was
life.
that cell phone footage of that shooting in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, it was the footage of Puff Daddy in the elevator.
Always happy to hear from you.
me to a Holiday Inn Express.
It's not a real breakfast. Chuck's like, oh, they've got a crazy breakfast. You can get orange juice there.
I get pulled on the, oh my God. I don't
Brad, I'm
want to
gonna run down and get some the shower.
The hell you are.
This is not something we should be making light of.
We shouldn't.
But here's what's up. In our defense, Your Honor, we're not making light of the situation of what happened.
Nope.
We're making light of ourselves by incorporating.
Really, of just me is who you're making light
We're
of.
incorporating.
He's running down the hall.
Your Honor, if South Park can do it,
Look, I asked you all not to click on that link.
Guys,
And you clicked on that
you might
link.
see this on CNN, but don't.
Don't watch CNN.
I'm gonna squeeze you tighter than my compression socks.
They're made in America.
It's so good.
For Ray Harrington and Chuck Staten, I'm Brad Rohr saying thank you so much, and we're sorry for being funbearable.
He's not eating Express breakfast that much. Oh my God.
And then the video ends and you see it's an ad for Marriott.